Hello Lighthouse. For our daily devotionals this week, some of us have been asked to talk about our favourite worship songs, and today it's my turn. Just over 30 years ago, I was introduced by a mutual friend to a certain Christian singer-songwriter by the name of Graham Kendrick. Graham was putting together a small group of singers to be the testbed for his new material, and I was asked to join, and it was an amazing privilege to test drive some of Graham's songs that would go on to become staples at churches around the world. I can honestly say that I witnessed the birth of one of the most popular worship songs of the modern era, Shine, Jesus, Shine. We later went into the recording studio to record that song, along with a whole load of others that would go on to form the Make Way Marches series. And I got to sing on the stage at the NEC in Birmingham in front of 14,000 banner-waving Christians. That was quite an experience. Fast forward 30 years, and whilst there are still some churches that sing Shine, Jesus, Shine, it would be hard to imagine it being sung at Lighthouse today, along with countless other songs that we used to sing. Yet at the time, they had so much significance for us. But I firmly believe that worship songs are for a season. They have a certain built-in obsolescence, as it were. They're a measure of the kingdom climate at the time, and to a certain extent reflect the current musical tastes. But ultimately, it's because God has new things to teach us, and we reflect that back in worship. So whilst I might have chosen Shine, Jesus, Shine as my favourite worship song 30 years ago, I can't today. And if you ask me next year, I may well have a new favourite. This month I celebrate my 3-year anniversary at Lighthouse. The lead up to my arrival had been extremely painful and stressful, but North Norfolk and you guys worked your charms on me, and I'm so grateful to God for providing a lovely home, church and group of friends that blow my mind every day. So, to my song choice. I can't remember how I first came to hear Sovereign Over Us by Aaron Keyes, but boy, did that song speak to me in my situation at the time, and still does. That song was such an encouragement to me at a challenging time. Even when we hurt, we weep, we mourn, we can rest in the sovereignty of God, and He is unchanging, unlike our musical tastes. But not only can we trust in His sovereignty, we can learn about His character in those seasons, and perhaps more about our own too. And even though we hurt and struggle, His plans are still to prosper us. He's mindful of us, He's faithful, and He gives us hope. And I love the start of the bridge where he sings, "Even what the enemy means for evil, you turn it for our good." That line references the Romans 8:28 promise, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. But it also harks back to the passage in Genesis 50, which records Joseph's reaction on seeing his brothers for the first time in many years after they had abandoned him to slavery. Joseph says, "As for you, you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good." Joseph trusted the sovereignty of God, and that led him to being able to soar above resentment and despair. There are many people today who perhaps are fearful, hold resentment, are hopeless, or are despairing in these unprecedented times. But we can be assured that God is with us in the fire and the flood. He's faithful forever, perfect in love, and He's sovereign over us. Stay safe and have a great week.